If Muhammad was in doubt about what we have revealed, where would he go to?
The previous scriptures.
And why would he go to those previous scriptures?
Because it proves that he's mentioned there.
Proves he's mentioned. And if he's not mentioned in them, that means he would be a false prophet, right? So the previous scriptures in this scenario would be the thing, the Quran would be put to the test, and the previous scriptures would be the thing that would be authoritative and the thing that would decide if he's a true prophet, right?
In this specific argument, it wouldn't be the authority, but it would be the standard.
So then let's get into it. So if Muhammad's not in the, let's go right.
By the way, I'm just not clarifying it because it's already standard. You accept it's an impossible hypothetical here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful.
If Muhammad is not in the Injil, that means he would be a false prophet, right? Okay, so where would you say Muhammad is in the Injil?
Matthew 22.
Matthew 22, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Matthew 22, it talks about Jesus being the Son of God, right? Jesus being the Son of God. Yeah, do you agree with that?
I don't mind accepting that at the time of those prophets, that was allowed.
Do you believe that parable was preserved?
Is it prophesied Prophet Muhammad? Yeah.
Okay, so so historically and according to Islam, Jesus would be the Son of God, right?
In a metaphorical sense, that's fine.
Yeah, so Jesus is the Son of God, yes?
In a metaphorical sense.
Okay, cool. And Allah is a father, right? In the metaphorical sense, right?
At that time, there's no problem in saying that.
No, I mean now as well.
No. We don't say that now.
You don't say it now. Let's continue. And it talks about what the kingdom being for the Jews, and then we see that after 70 AD we see a massive shift where it goes towards the Gentiles, where we see the Gentiles.
When did Paul pass away?
60 AD.
No,
64 AD. 64 AD.
64 AD. Okay. So Paul passed away before the banquet, before the temple destruction.
There's no issue with that.
Okay. So the Gentile mission started before the temple destruction.
Nah, it can start both, because in 70. I'll tell you how it can start both.
That's so.
I'll explain why it can start both. Because in 70 AD we see a massive shift with the church, where the church is now, the Gentiles are become the leaders of the church, and we also see that's why you see in Romans. I haven't finished. You know, that's why you see in Romans where Paul says, "I go to the Jews first and then the Gentiles," because the Jews were the priority. Now we see that the Gentiles are now the priority.
Have you seen? Have you seen Expositor's? No problem. Have you seen the Expositor's Greek commentary on Matthew 22 verse 7?
Nah.
I'm gonna put it up for you so you can read it, because it's not just a Muslim saying this, that this is problematic. The chronology is problematic.
I don't think it's problematic, because it just shows the ultimate fulfillment.
It doesn't say that in the parable, bro.
Yes, it does.
It says after the mission to the after the mission to the Jews, then the Gentile mission comes. You believe?
Let me ask you a question.
Started with Paul.
No, this is talking about.
I'll let you, trust me. I'll let you ask a question, but for now, I want you to read this commentary. So let me know what your opinion is on this.
And then after that, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, bro. I don't mind answering. I answered how many questions just now from you? I have no.
Yeah, that's calm. And then we'll speak about the chapters afterwards, and then the stuff after that.
I have no problem with that.
Okay.
Let's have you read this for us.
So it says, the plural appears surprising. The meaning seems to be not separate armies sent one after another, but forces. The allegory he evidently refers to the destruction of Jerusalem. No arguing against authenticity. If Matthew 24:2 be a word of Jesus, no, the destruction of Jerusalem is represented as taking place before the calling of those about the Gentiles. This is not according to the historical fact. This makes for authenticity, as a later allegorical would have been likely to observe the historical order.
Tell me in summary.
I don't agree with this.
Okay, beautiful. You don't agree with this, but is this a Muslim commentary?
No.
Okay, it's a Christian commentary that is saying that it meets the criteria of dissimilarity. Do you know what that is?
It's saying that it doesn't fit our narrative. That's what it's trying to say. Yes,
exactly. So that's the criteria. Let me explain it, because the audience don't know. The criteria of dissimilarity is a historical method where if it is the case that there's something that doesn't fit your narrative and it ends up being preserved in your book or whatever document you have, then more than likely it is historical to the source, right? This source here, Expositor's Greek Testament on the Bible, it's saying that the chronology does not suit the Christians, and therefore if it was the case that they would have corrupted it, they probably would have taken the chance to corrupt it to suit their chronology. This ultimate fulfillment, or whatever you're saying.
Yes.
This
This
commentary doesn't buy it.
I don't care about commentary. Now, my question is this: 70 AD. What happened to the Jerusalem church in 70 AD, and do we see a significant shift in power to the Jews, to the Gentiles in 70 AD?
I can grant you that, no problem.
Exactly. That's perfect. What Jesus is saying is something that is true, that's happened, where we see the Gentiles become the ones in power, and we see that in 70 AD, we see a massive spread of the gospel to the Gentiles. Because before it was very Jewish, still a very Jewish movement. So that was completely fine with my thing. Now, that
doesn't matter. And I'll tell you why, right? It doesn't matter because this isn't about authority. Like the banquet prophecy isn't about authority and stuff. What it's about is who you're inviting. Who you're inviting is only the Jews. Then after the temple destruction, after their punishment, then you invite non-Jews. It's got nothing to do with authority. Nothing.
No, it's talking about priority.
You're adding that.
I'm not adding to the text. It's talking about priority. Now, my question is this: Do you believe this is talking about Muslims, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is where we're going to see if you're going to be honest or dishonest. Because if you read just below, Jesus literally says that there is no marriage in heaven. Now, in heaven, are you going to get 72 virgins, my friend?
Let me just double check that.
Read it. No marriage in heaven. So that means it can't be Islam.
I know that's a Mark.
Jesus can't be preaching two different heavens, one with bare women and the other one with no women.
I got you, no problem. I just need to double check the source, and I want to read it for everyone as well. Then the Pharisee, bro, no, you're wrong. It's not.
Read it.
It's not straight after. It talks about Caesar, and then it talks about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still in the same.
No
read it.
So it says that same day, the Sadducees, who said there was no resurrection, came to him with a question, and then it says basically what you said, right? Because they give them a trick question about Mary, right? Now the point is, he says you're going to be like angels in heaven, right? Now I know for a fact that this is wrong, and I'll tell you why. Let me ask you something. In heaven, are you going to be eating in there?
What, eating?
You're gonna have a banquet. You're gonna be eating with Abraham and Jacob, and all these people are gonna come together and eat.
I don't know about the eating part, but probably. What's the point?
There's gonna be food in heaven. Right?
What's your point?
Oh, beautiful. Do angels eat in the Bible?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Angels don't eat. Angels don't eat in the Bible.
But bro,
so when Jesus says, okay, stop there. So when Jesus says, and don't interrupt me, I muted you preemptively. When Jesus says that at the resurrection, people will neither marry nor be given in marriage. They'll be like the angels in heaven. We know that the angels in heaven part is definitely not true, because if we're going to have carnal, basically being satiated carnally, then in a sense where you're eating, then it logically follows, then yeah, you would have relations in heaven as well. If you're going to be satiated in that way, where you have carnal desires like eating, then logically follows you're going to get married. Now, because of internal evidence now, where Jesus says that you're going to be eating, we know that yeah, you're probably going to have marriages and relationships in heaven.